Hey, what's up guys? So here working on a photo that want to turn into a poster, and I'm just going to be extracting the photo right now from the background. This is basically a image that I took during the women's basketball game here in Louisville. This is Sony Schimmel. She's a star basketball player for the women's team, and I'm a really big fan, so decided to do this poster. Just something that I'm doing for fun and doing to show you all how to extract the photo and to begin a poster. So basically this is, like I said, extracting the photo is probably the most time consuming part of the process. Everything else is pretty straightforward. Right now I'm using the magnetic lasso tool to get rid of some of the screw ups that the quick selection tool does sometimes, and basically you just do this and just fill in some of the spots that the quick selection tool missed, and that should take care of everything. Alright, so I have my selection made, and I'm going to go ahead and use the refine edge tool just to make some extra refinements to the selection so everything's nice and perfect. So here's my final selection, as you can see. So now I'm going to go and import a photo that I took of the Louisville skyline. Since this is going to be a composite image, I went out and took this picture. When you're doing composites, you really want to make sure you own all the pictures that you use. That way, you know, if you decide to sell something, you won't be getting in trouble as far as copyrights and everything goes. So I have the first photo imported, and as soon as it opens, I'm going to go ahead and make some adjustments to the angle of the photo, just so it's more proportional. I just used, this is probably the photo that I'm going to end up using, so I'm going to go ahead and crop out the left side. Well, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and set the white balance. I usually do the custom white balance in my camera, but sometimes it doesn't turn out that great, so Lightroom has a good auto white balance that I like to use. Right now I'm just boosting up the clarity and the vibrance, playing around with the HSL sliders. The luminance is a good one to play around with. I basically just do this until I get what I want. I don't have like any set slider numbers that I use. It's just a matter of what you see and how you want your image to look. It's up to you. And you just play around with the sliders until you get what you want. I'm going to save this as a preset. I'm just going to name it Arena. And that way you don't have to do this manually to each photo. You can just go into the presets and just press one button and it applies it to each photo. I love that about Lightroom. So what I'm going to do now is use the adjustment brush just to put a little bit more light onto the arena. It's kind of dark. The lights weren't on because it was Christmas, and you know, pretty much everything is closed on Christmas, including arena. So Probably will look a lot better with the lights on in the arena, but doesn't really matter. I'm gonna crop this as well. A little bit of the bridge is showing on the left. I don't want that, so I'm gonna crop that out. And I'm going to change the angle a little bit. Alright, so now that we've done all the adjustments, we can do a side-by-side comparison. And that's what it looked like before, and there's after. It's a big difference, as you can see. And I love shooting in RAW because you can bring out a lot more color without ruining a photo and creating a lot of noise and all that. So, oops, didn't mean to do that. That back on there. There we go. So, like I said, RAW is the way to go. It might not look that great in camera, but once you get it into your photo processing software, you can really bring out a lot of detail and a lot of color. If you're a photojournalist, you probably don't want to shoot in RAW because photojournalists need to mass produce images quickly, so you wouldn't have time to edit RAW files and all that stuff. You would just have to upload your photos to your newspaper like they are. Plus, you can't really make a lot of edits if you're a photojournalist. That's considered plagiarism, I guess. So RAW has its uses and it has its disadvantages, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and export this photo. This is the one that I'm going to use for Composite. Alright, so I'm back in Photoshop. I have my selection. Now I'm going to go ahead and open up the arena photo. And basically what I'm going to do is just going to go ahead and just drop the selection right onto the arena background. Just like this. And as you can see, it looks pretty good, but there's a lot of changes that I want to make. I'm just going to play around with the placement. I think I'm going to put it about right here. It's basically same skyline, just a different angle. And so I'm gonna do now is gonna add a title, her name. Basically what I did is I used the crop tool and just filled it with black, and then set the black to about 50% opacity. Then I typed her name in with the type tool. Pretty simple. Then if you go online, you can search for different paintbrush designs like splatter and different types of brush presets, and you can download those and you can use them for situations like this. So that's what I'm going to do. Basically, you're going to create a new layer and put it down below the cutout. And this is a splatter, I believe, and I just found that online. Sorry, this isn't a splatter. This is like a abstract design. So I just filled it with pink, and it's basically a brush. And all you do is just click once and it adds it. So that's a nice little way to get a design onto your photo. And here's a different type of design or paintbrush preset. This is the splatter right here, and this is just to play around with different designs. And you'd be surprised. A lot of professional designers use these types of presets. I actually saw some of these on an NBA poster. And here's the other background. And I'm going to add a drop shadow to the selection of Show Me. That way the edges aren't so hard. And I'm also going to add a brush preset to this as well. And this probably isn't what I'm going to use as a final poster, but it's just to show you the types of brush presets that you can choose from. Pretty cool. And here's a different one. This is really abstract. I mean, you can play around with it and add as many strokes as you want. This is just, I'm just definitely just playing around with it right now. Probably doesn't really look that great, but just so you all can see what you can do. And you probably want to create a new layer for each brush stroke that you add. That way you can rotate the brush stroke and everything so that you can change the angle with the free transform tool. Looks like crap right now. But anyway, I was just showing you all some of the brush presets. And I'm going to go ahead and add probably what I'm going to use for the final poster. It's just this little abstract design that I like. And I don't know if I'm going to use red or pink. Really haven't decided yet. But anyway, that's my video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Stay tuned, more videos